Guys, so we are here to discuss the problem bouncing ball of Code Forces round 687. Basically what in this problem is you are given a binary string 010101 and you have given a size of it and the number p and the k. What here p is basically what in this problem they are asking that you have a ball, okay, and you have to throw a ball in such a way that the first time the ball will take a drop on the pth element, okay, and from next on it will carry its bouncing till it gets to the last or beyond that in a form of k. It means the first ball will take a jump on pth element, then next time it will jump to p plus k, and next time it will jump to p plus 2k. In similar way you have to tell that you have given a binary string, okay. Let me show you. Suppose you have given 10101. Suppose here it is 1, here it is 0, here it is 1, here it is 1, here it is 1, here it is 0, okay. So suppose the p is 1, the first time ball will be here, and suppose k is equals to 2, then next time ball will comes to here, and next time ball will comes to here, and next time ball will go out. So you don't need any extra second here. Basically x second denotes that suppose if you have 0 here, okay, so you can't bounce back. Suppose you can take it as a whole that after from this position if you jump to this, you can't jump it further. So what you can do, you can take the x second and replace this with a 1 so that it can bounce back. And other thing what you are going to do is, suppose p is not the first element, suppose p is starting from here, okay, suppose p is starting from here, and you can remove one element. If you remove this one, okay, let me make it more clear. Suppose this is the numbering, okay, this is the numbering what I have. So this question is basically a dynamic programming problem, so it will be better understood when you will keep remaining what you have did last, okay. Suppose this number and p is 3, okay. Suppose our matrix is like this, so what basically p is here, p is equals to 0, okay. So what you can do here, you can do two things. Either you can replace this 0 to 1 by taking x second, or what you can do, you can delete this element, you can remove this element completely by taking y second and again you start numbering it. If I will again start numbering it, what it will become 1, it has removed, now it will become 2 and it will become 3. So now what I see, now p is my here, which was earlier it was 4, but after removing this element it become 3. So now it's okay, I got the one. And what here basic constraint is, you have to minimize what minimize, you have to minimize the second that you will expand to complete this task. Means you have given a ball, you can throw it here and then it will comes here and then will bounce back without any disturbance. So you have to correct this disturbance, like you can delete the previous elements and start numbering them. Okay, start numbering them, or you can, or what you can do, you can replace the 0 with 1. Okay, that's the simple idea. So I think if I will show you the code, it will be more better, you will understand from there. So that is a successfully accepted code. So let me show you the code. Okay, so basically what I have did here, I have taken all the necessary input as given in the question. Why I have did -1 here, it's a simple reason. Okay, it's a simple reason because your array will start from 0 based index. So the first position should be what? First position, if first position is given 2, then it's actually 1 in the array, because array is index from 0. Okay, that's it, nothing else. I have taken an array, and taken the cost of both the element. Now I have declared one answer variable to a maximum limit. You can put anything here, either you can put 10 to the power 18 or any other thing, that's not matter. Okay, that's not the matter of thing. So what I am doing here, I am starting the, suppose this was your string. Okay, this was your string. So what I am doing here, I am starting from the last element. Okay, starting from the last element, and what I am doing is, I am checking is the element is 0. If it is 0, then what I need here, 1. I have to make here 1. So what I will do, I will make array I, means at this position I will make it to 1. Okay, that's what I am that's what I am doing, I think so. Yes, I am reversing it. It's not equals to 1, so its answer should be, what your answer should be, 0. So I have to put here 1. Okay, that's what I am saying. If it's 0, then I will put it here 1. That's it. Now I am basically checking that is I plus k is less than n or not. Basically, why I am checking this, because the ball is going to be jump in the multiple of k. Okay, suppose here it is 0, here it is also 0, here it is also 0. So if I am at this position, what I have to do, I have to make this 0 to 1 and this 0 to 1 to successfully jump out of this. So what I am doing here, I am adding. So I am I have put in this constant, because for the limit that it should not be greater than n. So that suppose if I am at first position n minus 1, and if I will take n minus 1 plus k, then it will be out of bound. So there may be a segmentation point. Okay, that's it. So what basically, let me explain you. Wait. Okay. So okay, I am here. There was a little disturbance. So what I am saying, that if I am here and I am jumping in a multiple of 2, then I have to put both this 0 to 1. So what I am doing here is, I am adding this value. Suppose here is 0, I have already made this value to 1, and here it is also 0, and I have already made this value to 1, and equivalent value should be here equals to 2. The main thing what I am doing in this problem is this. This is the main part. This is actual the dynamic programming. This is also the dynamic programming part, but this is what basically basically I am here doing is, suppose I am at this position, okay, what I can do, I can delete all this element. Okay, I will delete all this element, all this previous element. Okay, that will cost me y minutes, and I will check it that currently I have 0 or 1 here. Okay, suppose I have already 1, then I am basically multiplying 0 with x, so it will be 0, no changes. Okay, so this cost will come for me to completely jump out of the bound. Similarly, I am going backward and calculating the same thing and storing the result in answer, and at last what I am doing is I am printing the minimum answer. Okay, so I think this is now better clear for everyone. Okay, I am doing here I should be greater than equals to p, because if it is less than, then it will come negative, because suppose p is here in my array, suppose p is here in my array and I is here, so this is not a possible way. Okay, so this is not a possible way, or I should be greater than equals to p. So that's I think this is the very simplest solution. Okay, that's it. So you can subscribe this channel for similar content, nothing else. That's it guys, so I'm done.